Video vlogger diary number section 244B81-20. I know that sounds like, you know, I enjoy dorking out and sharing my personal life and showing what it looks like when I'm angry, happy, sad, depressed, pain. Keep it real. Little by little, I've overcome brachial nephritis to the point where I may be at 90%, you know, restored. I don't know, maybe 85% of my nerve damage has been, I don't know, if it's compensated for by the muscle. I mean, the nerves have sort of kind of grown back very slowly. It's a very strange sensation throughout the, I don't know how many years it's been. I want to say since 2016 I got that neuritis. How many years is that? It's a while. It's like 7 years. So they say usually after 5 years, most folks they're like symptom free. But I had both scapula winging out, and on a cold, rainy day like this, it's not that it's cold, it's just like that temperature above 29 to 42 degrees when it just rains. You know, it doesn't have to be above freezing or rain because the upper atmosphere will be warm. So it just feels shitty for folks who have arthritis, like or fractures or cracks in their bones, neuropathy and nerve damage. But what's weird about sharing all that is like, I think it's important because I was misdiagnosed. I went from several different emergency rooms to one after the other. Nobody knew what was wrong with me for 6 weeks until I finally had an MRI. And they go, oh man, you got nerve damage, dude. From an unknown virus. And this was way before the pandemic, you know. This is like fucking before the pandemic. Your autoimmune response has damaged your nerves to the point where it may be fucking permanent, you know. But I'm like, I was like doing physical therapy, and then I just started doing physical therapy at home because I got tired of going there, and I was taking care of my dad at the same time, and realized that, wow, you know, I ran the gamut of all the medication and shit that you could do. The only thing that worked is cold showers and exercise, and not getting upset. But unfortunately, emotions can get the better of us. So I've been self-reflecting, and to segue into that, like, I'm trying not to react and just say to myself, I'm gonna have to, if need be, because if that's what's gonna take for my brother to realize that there is such a thing as unconditional love. Because honestly, if I didn't love him, I wouldn't be able to just let it go and walk away and say, here, Andreas, you know, now look what you've done. You know, here's the keys to the house. You either can save it now yourself and walk away, because that's basically what's going to happen. And it's so painful for me, but I'm reflecting on my different ways I've reacted. I've been angry, and then I think of, like, you know, people who, like, who've done me wrong, tried to do me wrong, did me dirty, did me, like rat, you know, kind of like, you know, there's some people, like, literally, they think they can fucking scam you and shit, you know. And it's like, it's sad because they go through life doing that until the day comes where the scammer can't scam the one person that will scam them back. And there's a very famous movie, I think it's called Criminal. I have it on DVD with, oh boy, I might so bad with names. It's a funny thing with famous people, you know. And, you know, there's some people out there that are nasty and unhappy, and they know that they can, if they say or do certain things, and they're quick to cite the law, being in the right, you know, that they can somehow get away with bullshit and cheating, stealing, lying, manipulating, fabricating, and piecing together what can only be described as they call. It's not so much secondary. It's there's a word for it legally, and it's escaping me. Well, that's why I'm not a lawyer. That shit does not interest me really per se. I mean, I know you got to go get a law degree to circumstantial. Circumstantial. If you just keep putting together circumstantial evidence and you keep repeating lies over and over again, many times you'll find that some gullible person will entertain that to the point where it may get dismissed in court eventually. It may get thrown out, and it may, albeit it may be a false allegation, but it made for an investigation and time-consuming, time lost away from work, sitting in a courtroom or under an investigation or pleading under oath or conducting a fact check of the situation, you know. And that can go for a lot of kind of bullshit. You know, there's an unfair way that law enforcement detains people just under suspicion and uses that as a way to control people. And I feel at this point, done all I could, and you know, as therapeutic and cathartic it is, I feel like I just have to let go now, because if that's what Andreas wants, if that's what my brother wants the county to sell the house and not have an income for life,